Welcome to the Talk English Lounge, your real-life podcast for everyday conversations. Here, we take one topic from your everyday life and help you learn English with it. I'm Maya, your communication guide.
And I am Yuvraj. I'm here to ask the questions you're thinking and to practice these conversations right alongside you.
Today, we are diving into a topic that each one of us might have encountered sometime or the other and is most common for this digital world. Small talk during the hybrid meetings, specifically those awkward few minutes before the actual business begins. Our title for today is Master Small Talk, Hybrid Office Meeting Guide.
Maya, I had to tell you, I had a meeting yesterday. I was the first one there. Then one of my colleagues with whom I don't interact much joined. We sat in silence for 2 minutes. I literally started counting the pixels on my screen just to avoid looking at the camera.
We've all been there, but those 2 minutes are actually the most valuable real estate in your career. That is where rapport is built.
Rapport. That's a French word originally, right? R-A-P-P-O-R-T?
Exactly. In English, we use it to describe a relationship of mutual understanding and trust. In 2026, when we're all working behind screens, rapport doesn't happen by accident at the coffee machine anymore. We have to build it intentionally in the Zoom lobby.
Maya, before we get into the how, let's talk about the why. Why does it feel so much harder to talk to coworkers now than it did 5 years ago?
It's because of digital fatigue. In 2026, our brains are trained to be transactional. We join a meeting to do something. When there's a delay, our brain thinks, this is a waste of time.
That's exactly it. I feel like if I talk about my weekend, I'm distracting people from their work.
But here's the secret, Yuvraj. Small talk isn't a distraction. It's an investment. People do business with people they like. In a world full of AI, your humanness is your competitive advantage.
I like that. Humanness is the advantage. So how do we stop the how are you loop?
We use the triangle of context. You, me, and a shared observation. Instead of asking about them directly, which can feel intrusive, you talk about a third thing that both find welcoming. We're going to practice this right here using multiple role plays, so stay tuned, listeners. Before that, let's look at that word, intrusive. I-N-T-R-U-S-I-V-E. It means entering a situation where you are not welcome. If you ask a stranger, how much do you earn? That is intrusive. Small talk should be the opposite. It should be welcoming.
That was really informative.
The biggest mistake people make in small talk is being too internal. They worry about their own English, their own accent, or their own clothes. To be a master of small talk, you must be external.
You mean I should look at the other person?
More than that, look at their environment. In a hybrid world, people's backgrounds tell a story.
Okay, let's try a micro role play. I'm in a meeting. I see you have a very large green plant behind you. How do I start?
Don't just say, nice plant. That's a dead end. Use a specific inquiry. Say, Maya, that monstera plant in your background is huge. How do you keep it alive with all this office AC?
Oh, so I'm asking for your expertise on the plant.
Exactly. Everyone loves being an expert on something, even if it's just keeping a plant alive. Let's pause. Listeners, Yuvraj used a great phrase. How do I start? In 2026, we also use the phrase, the icebreaker. An icebreaker is a small comment that breaks the ice or the cold silence between two people.
Maya, sometimes the environment is just a blurred background. What then?
Then we talk about the shared struggle of the 2026 workday. We all use the same tools. We all deal with the same digital fatigue.
So I could talk about the software we are using?
Yes, one of the most popular search terms this year is how to discuss AI at work. You can use AI as your small talk bridge. Listeners, if you want to learn about AI and how you can use it in your conversations at office, look at our first episode titled Learn English Through AI.
Let us try another role play where both of us are office colleagues and have just joined an office Zoom call where there is no interesting background that you can talk about.
I'm sure most of our listeners can also relate to this. You'll see through these conversations how we use the shared struggle to have a small talk. Let's go for it.
Hey Maya, glad you could make it.
Hey, Yuvraj, am I early?
Just by a minute. I was actually just playing around with that new AI transcription tool the company installed. Have you seen the summaries it produces yet?
I haven't looked at today's yet. Are they actually getting the technical terms right?
Surprisingly, yes. It's saving me about 20 minutes of note-taking per meeting. It's a total game changer.
Game changer, Yuvraj. That is a classic idiom. It means something that completely changes the way something is done.
I use that one a lot. It sounds very executive.
It does, but notice how we moved from hi to AI productivity in 10 seconds. We didn't talk about the weather. We talked about something that makes us both better at our jobs.
Maya, we need to talk about the most awkward situation in the office. It happened to me on Tuesday. I saw my coworker Sarah in the kitchen at 9 a.m. We did the how are you thing. Then I saw her again at the elevator at 11 a.m. Then again in the hallway at 2 p.m. By the third time, I just looked at my shoes and pretended to be on a very important phone call with nobody.
The ghost call, we've all done it. But Yuvraj, the multiple encounter is actually a great way to show your personality. In 2026, we call this the stacking the conversation.
Stacking? Like blocks?
Exactly. Instead of starting a new conversation every time, you treat each meeting as a part 2 or part 3 of the first one. Let's look at the 3-touch rule.
Okay, I'm listening. What's touch number 1?
The first encounter, the opener. This is your standard greeting. Phrase, "Morning, Sarah. Hope your day is off to a smooth start." Why it works, it's low pressure. You aren't asking a deep question, you're just acknowledging them.
Okay, easy. But now it's 2 hours later. We both are waiting for the elevator. What's touch number 2?
The second encounter, the progress check. Now you refer to the workflow. Phrase, "Hey again, survived that 10 a.m. sync yet?" Or, "Back for more caffeine already? I'm right behind you." Language tip. Notice the word survived. We use this playfully in office English to ask if a meeting was long or difficult. It creates an instant, we're in this together vibe.
Survive the sync. I like that. It feels like a little joke between us. But what about the third time, at 3 p.m., when I've already asked about her morning and her meetings?
The third encounter, the acknowledge the awkwardness. This is where most people fail. In 2026, the best move is to mention the fact that you keep seeing each other. Phrase, "We've got to stop meeting like this." Or, "I think the office is following us today." The professional pivot. "I feel like I've seen you more than my own desk today. Are you heading out soon or are you in for the long haul?"
We've got to stop meeting like this. That's a classic, right?
It's a classic for a reason. It uses humor to break the tension. If you pretend you don't see them, it feels cold. But if you say, "How are you?" for the third time, it feels robotic. But if you joke about the office following us, you sound like a confident native speaker. Let's look at that phrase Yuvraj just liked. In for the long haul. Longhaul. This is a great idiom. Originally, it referred to long truck driving trips, but in the office, it means staying late or working on a long, difficult project.
So if I see Sarah at 5 p.m., I can say, "Are you in for the long haul tonight?"
Perfect. It's empathetic. It shows you recognize she is working hard.
Maya, this changes everything. I used to think I needed 5 different topics, but really I just need one topic that evolves throughout the day.
Exactly. You're building a narrative. Small talk isn't a series of isolated events. It's a continuous thread.
Maya, here's my biggest problem. Sometimes the small talk is too good. Then the third person joins the meeting and we need to start the business, but I don't know how to stop talking.
This is called the pivot. As a professional, you need to be able to shift the energy from social to strategic.
How do I do that without being rude?
You use time-bound transitions. Phrases like, "As much as I'd love to keep chatting about that, I want to be mindful of the agenda." Or, "That's a great story for our next one-on-one. Shall we dive into the numbers?"
Mindful of the agenda. That sounds very polite, but also very firm.
Exactly. It shows you're a leader.
Okay, but what if the person isn't a peer? What if I'm waiting for a meeting to start with my CEO or a big client? I don't want to talk about coffee machines with them.
High stakes small talk is about value alignment. You want to show you are in the loop, that you know what's happening in the industry.
So I shouldn't ask them what they had for breakfast.
Probably not. You want to use the have you seen something hook.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson. I was just reading the industry report that came out this morning, the one about the new AI regulations. It's fascinating how quickly things are shifting.
Oh, I haven't had a chance to dive into the full report yet. Does it look like it's going to impact our Q4 strategy?
It might. I'm still distilling the details, but it seems there's a big focus on data privacy. I'd love to hear your take on it once you've had a look.
Listeners, notice the word distilling. To distill, D-I-S-T-I-L-L, means to take a lot of information and find the most important parts. It's a very executive word.
I also use the phrase, your take on it. That's a great way to say your opinion in a more professional, modern way. I think my brain is full. We've covered observation hooks, AI bridges, and the pivot.
You did great today, Yuvraj. And to our listeners in the lounge, remember, small talk isn't about being a perfect speaker. It's about being a curious connector.
If this episode helped you feel a little less nervous about your next hybrid meeting, we have a small request. Please like and subscribe to the Talk English Lounge.
When you subscribe, it helps us keep this lounge open. It tells us that you want more real-life topics and more deep dives into everyday English.
If you're on YouTube, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when our next Everyday Conversation Masterclass drops. We're here every week to help you grow.
We've also put a link in the description for a free PDF, the 2026 Small Talk Cheat Sheet. It has every phrase we used today so you can practice them before your next call.
Tell us in the comments, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in someone's Zoom background? We'll be there replying to your stories.
Thanks for joining us in the Talk English Lounge. I'm Maya.
And I'm Yuvraj.
Keep practicing, keep connecting, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.